The girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick a card. And today it's gonna be what do they say about you? So that could be triggering, stay cool, it's just tarot. We might have a hidden truth oracle afterwards as well. Let's check it out. Okay. One, two, one, two. Part number one, what do they say about you? Judgment. Six of Pentacle, the Queen of Pentacle. Holy schmoly. Well, what they say about you is they perceive you as someone very together, very grounded, male, female, doesn't matter. You know how to take care of yourself, you're self-sufficient. You are also very trustworthy, very grounded, very committed. You love to build relationship. You love to build an empire. You like the stability. You don't want things to be a little bit out of order, just being relaxed, but very calm and collected and moving forward. Okay, so what may have happened, and that obviously that person meeting you had to look within. And what do they say about you is like, yes, all those wonderful qualities, but maybe they had to, as a result, to look within. Where do I stand? What do I want? What is my goal? What am I all about? Really questioning themselves and going to the core. As you can see, they're quite naked here. So they go into the core of who they are because of the fact that you are so together. They might compare themselves to you, which is never a good idea because we are where we're supposed to be, So being inspired by you may be fine, but just comparing maybe is not a great idea. You meant to be together is kind of protected, so that's all good, right? So what do they say about you is that maybe now as a result, you're very equal give and take. As a result, that person wants to give you as much as you give them. It's about being paid for your worth or being loved the way you love. And that's a kind of the best input. What? What was that? This is kind of the most important thing is the intention and how much you love each other, how much you care for each other. It's not to compare. It has to be equal, obviously, three pentacle each. So it's love, number six. Pentacle in that context is about longevity, but it could also be paid for what you were. So what do they say about you is someone very grounded, very generous, and very fair. It's all about fairness here. They really appreciate your qualities and they're learning from it. They are being inspired, but let's hope that they're not comparing themselves to you because it's not the point. This is not the point. So let's have a hidden truth oracle just to see what is cooking there as well. Let's have a look. I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, I mean, for me, if we need to have a purge, it's because maybe something has been happening that were not really the best. But I don't think it will go that way, to that extent of being dramatic between you two. I think that now they're talking to their friend about you, their family, they realize, well, actually, yeah, maybe I was a bit abrupt because I was comparing myself with that person instead of actually being appreciating that person, being inspired by that person and not comparing. So I think they may have been a bit short, a bit silly. It's not a big deal, it's going to be sorted. It's nothing dramatic. But what they say about you is that they really appreciate you very much. So part number two, what do they say about you? Ten of Cups, King of Cups, and the Death card. Very strong, very strong. So we have a lot of cups here, a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion. So yes, what I say about you, that you are it, period. You're it, the Rose of George. Well, okay, let's move on. Yeah, you it because you are the future for them. You are the person with whom they can have a family. Whatever the happy ever after means to you, that is what they represent. They represent the whole shebang. And that is remarkable because you cannot go any further than the Ten of Cups. This is a maximum amount of happiness and joy and being content is a maximum amount you can have. So that is absolutely astonishing. So that's what they say about you. You are it, okay? So maybe as a result, because they were a little bit maybe surprised by the intensity, they may have been stuck at some point, or maybe you were maybe on the fence. Don't really move. I just feel maybe there was a shock to the system. I mean, when you have found that person, the one, yes, of course you can be quite mesmerized and a little bit like paralyzed as well. So yes, that person feel a lot though, a lot of emotion, but that person maybe doesn't move just yet because they're gonna actually transform. they're gonna see where they have to work in order to reinvent themselves. Maybe they saw you going from a really difficult, very dark place towards the light, and maybe they inspired to do the same. There is an idea of rebirth, oh my god, and be reborn. You see, that makes sense eventually. So maybe they couldn't realize the first time around that you were at that place, and maybe they didn't realize they were worth it, that they deserved it. And maybe after staying a bit paralyzed and shut down, they actually want to, you know, to be reborn and to make sure that this story is not dead. Absolutely not. So we're gonna go back together, or we're gonna reconnect, and this time we're gonna go to the top level. So that's what they say about you, that you are it, and whatever changes or transformations they need to do, they will do it because they know it's worth it. Okay, so let's have a hidden truth oracle. Seriously, whatever. I don't react when people mention you. Yeah, because they have maybe that transition to go through, and maybe at the moment, you know, they're not quite sure how they're gonna reapproach just yet. So they're trying to be neutral, they try not to react, they try not to be maybe triggered, because they know they are my future. But how do I get there? How do I get from here to there? And so at the moment they may still be a bit paralyzed, so they don't want to talk about anything until they can figure it out and do something about it. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have the 10 of cups anyway. So happy. Okay, on this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.